All right, we'll talk this week though.
Okay,
Bye.
thank you. Bye. Perfect. Okay. Awesome. Good morning. Welcome to Saturday morning yoga. Thank you so much for joining me today on the mat. Today's flow is all themed on digestion. We'll be getting into lots of twists, lots of different poses that will increase blood flow to the digestive organs and kind of just stimulate digestive the food moving throughout you and yeah, clearing out the body after
That's good
all
after
the
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Yeah, exactly. um, so we're gonna start here in a thunderbolt position. You can bring your hips back onto your heels, finding a nice comfortable seat. Even this pose right here, just by cutting kind of off the blood flow to the legs as we sit on our heels, we kind of redirect the blood flow to the digestive organs. So welcoming here a nice deep inhalation, feeling the crown of the head rising tall. And a slow exhale, relax through the shoulders, relax through the face. Just coming to find a deeper breath here, bringing the awareness internally, noticing how you're feeling today. If there's anywhere throughout the body that's feeling a little achy or tense. Another deep inhale. And exhale, push all of the air out. We'll start to add some movement here. Reaching the arms overhead, stretch it long. Then bending into the elbows, hands behind the head. On the inhale, we'll open the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together in the back. And exhale, round through the spine. Bring the elbows to touch in front, chin towards the chest. So some seated cat-cows here. Inhale, opening, lengthening, expanding. Exhale, round through the spine. One or a few more times with your breath here. Saying hello to the spine. We'll come back through center. We're going to drop our hips over to the left. Take our left hand overhead into a lateral stretch, gazing up. We'll come back through center. Take the right leg, crossing it over the left, planting the foot. We're coming into a seated twist here, whether you hug the right knee in or take the left elbow all the way outside for a deeper twist, getting more leverage. Sitting tall, inhaling. Exhale, see if you could twist a little deeper. We'll come back through center. Just going to drop this right heel even closer to our left hip on the outside, trying to stack our knees, stack our thighs on top of each other in a shoelace pose. Finding your sit bones even on the ground. We'll inhale, reach the arms overhead. Bending into the right elbow, we come into a shoulder stretch here. Just gently apply pressure onto the right elbow, pushing it down the back as your head lifts tall. Maybe taking a gentle side bend to the left. Release the arms overhead and just take a gentle bow forward. Inhaling back up, we're just going to replace this top leg so that the foot is beside the hip. Coming back into our thunderbolt position, we'll take it to the other side. Just fall to the right, and the right hand reaches overhead. Breathe into the side body here. And we'll exhale, come back through center, take the top left leg over, grounding through the foot, knee tall. we take our seated twist. However, you did on the other side. And back through center, taking the left heel even more towards the outside of the right hip, stacking knees and thighs into shoelace pose. You might have to wiggle around a little bit to find your nice sensational spot where you can find some inner hip stretch. We're going to just take our left hand this time, elbow behind the back, applying gentle pressure onto the top of the elbow with the right hand. Cow face arms, stretching into the shoulders. Maybe we take a gentle side bend here to the right. And we'll come back through center, release the hands, and gentle bow forward over the shoelace legs. Inhale long. And exhale. We'll come back. Bring this leg to again stack on top of the bottom right. And we're coming into thunderbolt position. I'm going to turn towards the long edge of my mat here now. From here, we're going to tuck the back toes, interlace the fists behind the back. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, allow the head to bow forward, forehead resting on the mat. We're gently going to lift the hips as the fist falls overhead. The pressure, your weight kind of gently coming onto the top of the head, the very top. And we'll exhale, release the hips back down, walking the hands out in front of you, coming into child's pose. Taking a nice deep breath here. Another great pose for digestion, for resting, for regulating metabolism. We'll add some more movement here. Inhale, rounding through the spine, kind of separating those shoulder blades. We drop the hips forward and leading with the hips, kind of arcing into the spine. We round it back into child's pose. So spinal waves here. Really getting nice and fluid into the spine, rounding forward, round it back. Nice. You could take these waves as big or as small as you like. We'll come all the way forward with the hips, squeeze the glutes on the way down here. We're going to open the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades into our cobra pose. Feel its pelvis and tops of the feet pressing into the ground here. And we'll, from here, tuck the back toes, lift the hips up high, push it back into our downward facing dog. Maybe walking the dog a bit to add some movement. Nice. Lifting the hips as high as you can, chest falling back towards the legs. Deep cleansing breath here. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Feel yourself settle a bit deeper into downward facing dog. We'll inhale forward into plank position. On the exhale, we'll bend into the knees, lower chest and chin towards the mat. Inhale, pull forward and up with the chest into cobra, squeezing the glutes. And we'll exhale, come back into our downward facing dog. Once again, inhale, come forward into plank. This time we'll lower, tucking elbows in towards the side, chaturanga low push-up. Inhale, upward, facing dog. Maybe trying to keep the thighs lifted off the mat here. And exhale, push it back into a downward facing dog. Just some half sun salutations. Real quick, we're going to come all the way down onto our belly here for one more good digestive pose. We're going to start with just pulling the right foot in towards the glute. Nice. And then kicking the right foot into the right hand, trying to lift the right knee off the ground. This is just in preparation here for our bow pose. We'll take it to the other side, pull the left foot in towards the glute, try to feel a quad stretch. And then we'll kick into the left foot, into the hand, maybe try to lift the left knee off the ground and release down. We're going to try to bend both knees in the back, grabbing hold either from the outside or inside, flexing into the feet here. We're going to kick the feet back into the hands as we lift the chest, squeeze the glutes here. We're coming into a bow pose, breathing deep into the belly. And exhale, release. We'll inhale, push forward and up with the chest cobra. And exhale, that child's pose, round through the spine. It's a nice deep back bend, heart opener there. We'll tuck the back toes, lift the hips, coming into downward facing dog. And walking the feet in towards the hands, coming into dangling pose. We let the upper body become super nice and heavy, bending into the knees generously. Maybe grabbing opposite elbow and swaying a little bit side to side. Deep inhale, feel the belly expand. And exhale, relax. We'll release the hands down, add some movement here. We're going to take the feet a little bit wider towards the edges of the mat. Toes point outwards towards the corner. We start to sit the hips down low. We're going to lift through the hips, point the toes forward, take a little bow into a forward fold. Inhale, lifting, point the toes out, sit the hips low into a squat. Inhale up and forward fold. One more time here, turn the toes out. We'll sit the hips low, taking a squat here. Trying to stay lifted through the pelvis, tall through the spine. And we'll inhale, lift through the hips, turn the toes forward, round it all the way up to standing. Beautiful. We're going to go through just a quick sun salutation to kind of keep warming up the body one more little bit before a standing flow. We'll bring our big toes together, heels apart here. Inhale, sit the hips low, arms right by the ears into chair pose. We'll inhale, stand up and fold forward on the exhale. Inhale, halfway lengthen, find length through the spine, hands on shins. Exhale, we fold, plant the hands, step it back into plank position, lengthening on the inhale. Exhale, we lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the next inhale, right foot steps between the hands. And we're going to inhale, lift it up high into your high crescent lunge, 90-degree bend in the front knee. Feel free to take warrior one if you're more familiar with this shape. We'll inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back. We take a chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take it to the left side. Inhale, left foot steps forward. You lift up high, low, high crescent lunge. Inhaling. Exhale, we plant the hands, step it back into plank. Lower into low push-up. Inhale, push forward and up with the chest. And exhale, downward facing dog. So hopefully you get the sense there of a vinyasa. We push it back into our downward facing dog. Lift the hips high. We'll inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. Float or step your feet towards the top of the mat. Rolling all the way up to standing, reaching arms overhead. And exhale, release. All right, we'll bring our big toes together, heels apart once more. We're going to inhale, sit it nice and low into a chair pose, bringing hands to heart center. Inhale. On the exhale, take the left elbow, look outside of the right knee. We take a nice chair twist here, gazing up. Turning the gaze downward. Where you shift the weight into the right foot. Pick the left foot up, float it back, back, back into a twisted crescent lunge. Feel free to open the arms here, deeper into the lunge. Nice. We're going to cycle the arms up, bending into the back knee, coming into a low lunge. Maybe the hands come to the hips here to sink them forward a bit more. Adjusting the knee in the back to fit kind of your flexibility. We're going to take both hands inside of the front right foot here. We'll tuck the back toes and pivot on the back foot so the knees and toes point up. Our hips sink towards the right heel into our low side lunge. I'm going to turn directions here. You can see me. So we're in a low Skandasana side lunge. We'll press up, turn both toes towards the long edge, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Relax. We'll inhale all the way to standing, turning toes out, heels in. Sit down into a goddess or horse squat here. Inhale, pressing up. We turn the front toes forward, bending into the front knee 90 degrees. Back toes are towards the long edge, perpendicular to the front foot. We spread the arms long into our warrior two. Nice. We'll take the front left forearm down onto the left knee, take the right arm overhead into a side angle. Stretch it out here. We'll come up again. This time we'll straighten through the front left knee, draw the left fingertips forward and bend over the side body into our triangle pose. Keeping the left hand on a block maybe, or towards your foot. We'll exhale, square the hips downward. We're bending into both knees here, coming into another low lunge. We're going to bring both hands inside of this front foot so that it's a lizard variation. Oh, and I got turned around. Okay, got a little turned around, so I was giving you a little bit of wrong directions, but we're coming into our lizard lunge. Right knee is bent in front. All right, we're gonna take a twist here. So we're gonna take our right hand to the right knee and just kind of use it as leverage to twist our chest up to the sky. You can stay here, or if you like, maybe the front foot rolls onto its outer edge. The bend knee backs in. You try to grab the back foot, pull it in towards the glutes. This is a twisted lizard. Release the back foot from here. Bring the front foot back into center between the hands. And we'll push the hips back, straighten through the front knee, coming into a half split, flexing the front toes. Inhale long. Exhale, fold it forward. We'll tuck the back toes from here, straighten through the back knee, maybe step the back foot in a bit. So we're in a pyramid lunge, both legs actively straight. The back toes point towards the corner. Hips are square forward, take a fold. And we'll walk the hands a bit in front of us. We're lifting off the back toes, coming into a warrior three. you'd like to challenge your balance, you can try to lift your hands off the ground, making a T position. Challenging your balance even more here, we're going to inhale, come forward and up with the chest, drawing the back foot in, bending the front top knee, and wrapping it over the standing leg. You kind of bend slightly into the standing leg. You can cross the thigh, maybe you can cross the lower ankle. We'll take the left bicep underneath the right tricep here and interlace the arms as well, coming into an eagle position. Ooh, great for detoxification. Feel the body squeeze together. And we'll inhale, release. Beautiful. Taking it to the other side from here, big toes together, heels apart. Inhale, sit the hips low into chair. Bringing hands to heart center here, we'll inhale. Exhale, hook the right elbow outside of the left knee and take a chair twist, gazing up, maybe opening. Oh, wait, not yet. We're going to shift the weight into the left foot as the right foot hovers, and we step it all the way back into a twisted high lunge. Feel free to open the arms here wide. Cartwheeling up with the hands, dropping the back knee down. Low crescent lunge. Maybe bringing hands to the hips to get a deeper hip stretch. We'll bring both hands inside of the front foot and take the back toes. We're pivoting them all the way around, coming into our low side lunge, Skandasana. Pressing up with the hips here, both toes towards the long edge. We're in a wide-legged forward fold. Relax, take a nice deep breath, melt deeper into this fold. And we'll inhale it all the way up to standing, turn the heels in, toes out. We sit low into our horse squat. Inhaling back up, the front toes turn forward, bending nice and deep into the front knee. We're in a warrior two here. So front forearm drops down onto the thigh. We reach the right arm overhead into side angle. Inhaling, coming back up into our warrior two. We straighten through the front knee. And again, draw the fingertips forward, fold over the side body. We're coming into a triangle pose. Try not to put too much of your weight on the bottom left hand. Try to stay lifted through the side body. We'll turn the hands and chest down to be square towards the mat. We're coming into our lizard low lunge, bending into both knees, taking both hands inside of the left foot. Great. And here we'll go for a twist. So maybe the left hand just comes up onto the knee. You open the chest towards the sky. Maybe you roll this left foot onto its outer edge, pushing the knee away. And then you can try to reach and grab for the right foot behind you, pulling it in for a quadricep stretch. We'll come back through center. Heel toe this front foot between the hands. We're sending the hips backwards into our half split, straightening through the front knee, flexing the front toes. Stretch here. Inhale long. We'll tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, stepping the foot in a bit into our pyramid pose. We square the hips down here. Fold. And we'll walk the hands a bit in front. Lift off the back toes, coming into a warrior three here. Lifting off the hands whenever you're ready. Just staying straight through both knees. We'll challenge our balance a bit more. Come through with the leg. Cross the right thigh over the left leg. Maybe you can even cross the ankle around the calf at the bottom. And we take the left arm underneath the right this time, interlacing into our eagle pose, sitting the hips low. And we'll inhale, reach it all the way up, and release. Beautiful. Let's flow down from here, reach it all the way up, inhale. Exhale into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, we step it back into plank. Inhale here. On the exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Wonderful. So from here, I think we have some time for our pigeon pose. Well, quick here. So we're gonna take the right leg, we'll reach it up really nice and high into a three-legged dog. And then bending the knee, pulling the knee in towards the chest, just drop the right knee by the right thumb. We're coming into pigeon, squaring the hips down towards the ground, just making sure that back leg is straight down the center of the mat. We'll start with a quick back bend, just walk the hands back a little bit, open the chest, inhale. And exhale, let the chest melt forward. Let your pigeon take a little rest here. Another deep breath. And we'll plant the hands, tuck the back toes. We're going to straighten through this front knee while keeping the right foot across the body on the other side, on its outer edge. So we're going to take one funky twist here. Planting the left hand down, we're going to take the right hand up to the sky. Right hand comes down, this time left hand comes up. We open the hips. And left hand comes down. We step the right foot back into our downward facing dog. We'll take it to the other side. Left leg lifts into three-legged. Bending into the knee, pulling it into the chest. Dropping the left knee towards the left thumb. We take a pigeon pose here. Awesome. Again, just starting with a back bend, walking the hands back, slightly opening the chest. Inhale. And exhale. We melt the heart forward. Just welcoming a few deep breaths in our pigeon here. On the next inhale, we'll plant the hands. We're tucking the back toes, lifting straight through the front leg. Yes, keeping the leg across the body. We'll take a funky twist here. First, right hand plants, left hand reaches up towards the sky. And we switch it out. Left hand plants, right hand reaches up. You kind of open the hips, the back foot grounds. And we release the top hand down, take the left foot back into our downward facing dog. One more nice downward dog stretch, and we'll bend into the knees. Sit the hips back. We're coming into a seated position. Starting with bringing the bottoms of the feet together, opening the knees out wide. Take a butterfly pose, maybe bowing forward. So really the best thing to do for digestion, even not even necessarily all the different twists, but is resting. Resting is when our body is digesting. So just taking it easy here. We're going to slow down the breath. You can lift up through the chest. We're going to lie it back down onto our backs from here. Hugging the knees in towards the chest, maybe rock side to side. This is a great digestive pose. We'll plant the feet, knees pointing up here, hands by the side. We're going to tuck the pelvis so the whole back is flat on the ground, and we'll lift the hips into a quick bridge pose, pressing high with the hips, squeezing the glutes. And exhale, release it down, cross the right ankle over the left thigh. And we pull the left thigh in towards the chest, coming into a pigeon stretch here on our back. We'll release the left foot down, extend straight through the right leg here. We grab a hold of the calf or ankle, taking a hamstring stretch. And we'll grab a hold of the outside of this right foot, bending into the knee. Half happy baby, we pull the knee towards the ground, towards our armpit. And we're going to take this right foot all the way up and across the body. We're coming into a deep spinal twist here. So whether you'd like to bend into both knees, we'll open the arms wide, turn the gaze towards the right. Breathing nice and deep. And we'll come back through center, planting the feet, knees pointing up. Let's just take another bridge pose here. We tuck the pelvis, inhale, lift the hips up high. And we release the hips down. Take the left ankle, cross it over the right thigh, pulling the right leg in towards the chest. We'll release the right leg down, straighten through the left leg all the way up into the air for a hamstring stretch here. We'll grab a hold of the outside of the left foot, bending into the left knee. And coming into a half happy baby, pull the left knee towards the armpit, towards the ground next to us. And we'll come back through center, across the left knee, all the way over to the right. We open the arms long, turn the gaze opposite the legs, taking a nice deep spinal twist here. And we'll come back through center, once more hugging the knees in towards the chest, rocking side to side. We'll squeeze even more here, pull the forehead up towards the knees, make a tight, tight, tight ball before slowly unraveling and releasing into our final resting posture, our Shavasana. Letting any tension fall out of the face. Letting your body become heavy into the ground. Releasing any control here of your breath, of your thoughts. Completely surrendering to relaxation. Just letting your body rest and digest. Feel free, please, to stay longer in your final resting posture, your Shavasana. I'm going to just guide out of the posture, but this was for a short time, and you definitely deserve a lot more Shavasana than this. Just going to start with a nice deep inhale. Fill the belly, the ribs, the chest. Hold the inhale in. And whenever you're ready, a slow exhale, push all of the air out, letting go of what no longer serves you. We'll start to move into the fingers and toes, circle into the wrists and ankles. Inhale, stretching full body length, arms overhead. And exhaling, turning onto either side body into a fetal position. At your own time, pushing your way into a easy seated pose. No rush here. Take your time. And I'm just going to close the practice off here with one last breath if you'd like to join me. Inhaling, arms overhead, stretch it long. Exhaling, hands to heart center, bowing to yourself in gratitude and thanks. I also thank you for joining me today. It's always such a pleasure, and I wish you a wonderful weekend ahead. Peace be with you. Thank you so much. Yay! Closing really fast.